We have a tremendous opportunity today. Seph Warren, the music engineer, is coming into our recording studio. He's gonna help us out to set up our music equipment the way we're supposed to. Through the series of videos, we're gonna introduce not only him as a music engineer, but also the relationship between him and musicians. In the end of the day, we're gonna get familiar with not only the digital technology, but the whole environment in the recording studio and the stage setup. Let's get started. All the way to the end, to the left.
Oh man, nice lighting. I like the soft white.
Yeah.
Multiple cameras. The Hero.
Yeah, the Hero of the 360. So what we do here, we've got, like I said, I have my YouTube channel. I describe things to the people, how I do it and what I do, and they follow. So there's a combination of audio and video footage, right? So that's why different angles, different shots.
Yeah, you want to keep it exciting. You want to keep it interesting.
And then I put it together into this beautiful experience, and they just watch it.
I should have asked for you to send me some before I came here, but I like the I like the blank reveal too.
And look, in the other room, there's as you see, the microphone cable follows, and this is the room. Crystal does her own thing. Like she
does crystals.
Yeah, she does her own podcast and lessons for her audience. So, and this is interesting. You see, it's a closet, right? But when you half of it,
got a nice.
It's
a vocal booth.
It's an acoustic vocal booth.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You just you come here and sit down and you just record wherever you want to record.
Are you doing? It looks like it's set up like audiobooks, like with the seated everything. I mean, I guess if you needed to, you can. Yeah. You can extend it out here if you need. If you want to be able to stand up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You can sit down. I can close this, and you can say a few words to yourself. Let's just to test it. Okay, so you're gonna hold on. Just sit down, and I'm gonna close this, and just start talking to yourself.
Yeah, there's nothing.
So it's like a substitution for the real thing. So we use half of the closet. The other half is interesting. Every time I buy the equipment, I tend to keep the boxes just in case if I decide to sell it.
Yes.
At some point. So having original, it really helps.
For sure.
And I start collecting these headphones. I've got 6 boxes of brand new, never opened headphones, just in case if I ever decide to, bring more people.
Yeah.
So as the music stands, microphone cables, and
set up well.
All this stuff. Look, this is my music composition. No one's here, but this is how I express myself. Yeah. So this is the
more
setup.
Nice spaces.
Yeah. All right. So this is Seph Warren, the music engineer, live and recording studio. Seph was gracious enough to accept our invitation, and it's an interesting story. He did one of my events at the Jimmy's Jazz Club in Portsmouth, and this is how we met.
I'm coming in hot.
And then our pathways crossed again during another gig for Salsa Secrets.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes.
And it was interesting because it's like, I know this guy, right? And he was like, look, unbelievable. Nothing was working. And he just showed up with that iPad, right? Connected to some kind of mixer somewhere else. And he was like making his magic, writing things, routing things, and to the point that everything worked, including the microphones and the speakers and everything else, monitors, right? So I figured that, okay, this is interesting. This man knows what he's doing. And another thing what strikes me about his personality is that during the event, he was just basically standing there just watching us from the distance, just in case if we need any help, or we have everything. So it basically is like unbelievable, like this is it. It's like I would love to know that man on a much deeper level. So thank you so much, Seph, for coming and just spending time with us.
Thank you for having me.
Beautiful.
Happy to do my job for you.
Excellent. So just think about it. So today's conversation is going to be interesting because, you see, I represent the composition aspect of music, arrangement, music creation, right? Music sheet and piece of pen. It's it's my thing. And then we come across of digital world when you have to use the computers, the AWs, outboard equipment, right? And this is basically something what I've been struggling with. Even though I've been using it, I still got a lot of questions. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, we are it's a perfect marriage because Seph is gonna bring that, awareness to our conversation. And right, so we're gonna share a lot. So, but before we jump into the essence of our conversation, why don't you just introduce yourself to all of us? Why are you a music engineer?
I've always been a musician first. I definitely wanted to get
You play bass, right?
Yeah. I started on drums.
On drums?
But I'm mostly a bass player these days. And just getting into it and then I think I got behind a board for the first time, like maybe late middle school or something. And it's like, oh, this is cool. Like all the faders and knobs and everything. It's a lot of fun. And just so I got it into that way. And then I went to school for it, to do music technology, and I did internships every year, more than one per year, I think. And stuck with it. Been working at a music studio for the last 10-ish years. Got into live. I was doing some live stuff, and I got into more serious of it, and like 5-ish years ago. And I've been doing that primarily since then, basically, and really getting in, because there definitely was a major learning curve, because I was a studio guy primarily for so long, and so I learned a lot of the gears, the compressors, the EQs, and all that stuff, on like how to use it to make it sound good. But live, there's other considerations, and you can't use all of the tools in the same way. As well as there's other systems that you're not always using. In the studio, you're not doing that much with like PA speakers and whatnot. To what you were just talking about, there is still that like importance to signal flow. So as long as you can follow the signal path from the start through all of the processing, and whether the effects are just like the utility of getting it from there's all the other places. Just understanding that path is very important in order to one, to just get it working in the first place, and also to know what parts of it you can do to make it sound better, what parts of it you can really change, and what parts of it are important to change in order to get the sound as good as you can.
But one thing is to learn as you go, right? You have a gig and you observe others and you build your knowledge based on the repetition.
Yeah.
But you mentioned earlier the school. Did they get you did you get anything from that school? Because I'm assuming it's a combination of these two worlds.
I definitely got introduced to some of the concepts. It was very good for the music part of it, which I do think of as an advantage for myself. I'm still a musician, and I got better musicianship through that, so it really helps me know what to listen for, as well as for live, it helps me anticipate what the artist is going to need, and so much more. It helps my troubleshooting for sure.
But they have had some kind of
feedback is such a thing for live, and knowing the difference between feedback that you have to notch out and take care of versus, oh no, that's just the guitar doing their thing. We got that advantage. And like I said, I did a bunch of internships. I think that was what really got me more comfortable in it, just being in it in a capacity where I was able to learn. I wish it was better, because in this industry, so many of the internships are unpaid, which is not great. But I was in school at the time, so it was, at least I got school credit.
Yeah, so we've got the extra.
Yeah. And then turn that into working,
And so far, if you could describe who is the biggest influence on you right now? Like someone who had a tremendous, significant impact on the direction of your mixing.
Originally, I'm definitely like a Rick Rubin fan. Although Glyn John's another obvious one. But also, especially nowadays, most of my biggest inspiration is like the other guys that I'm working with. Shout out Ferry Bong, who I met through Jimmy's, but I'm working with him on a bunch of stuff these days in studio and live. So yeah, it's just that is the most inspirational part right now. It's just like being in it, working with other guys that I respect and admire for their skills and how we can work together and build it together. I have my input and they have theirs, and that's what's the best part of this whole music thing, is the collaborative nature of it.
Time after time, I tell myself that I'm so lucky to be loving you.
And I'm assuming there is a difference between a setup for live event and a setup for the recording session.
Yeah.
And if you could just talk about the differential and how it feels like.
I mean, probably one of the biggest differences is like microphone placement. In studio, it's just like, okay, this is the microphone that's going to sound best, and I want it here to get this part of the sound, which I do still do a lot of for live. But there's certain things of like, especially on a big loud stage, the directly into like a saxophone or something is not necessarily the best sound, but having a clip-on mic that is stuck there and is only capturing that saxophone is very useful in a live setting, as well as like thinking about, I mean, oftentimes there's like floor monitors and thinking about what your mic pickup pattern is and make sure to get the node of the microphone to be pointing at the monitor so that you're not capturing that, to reduce your feedback.
And acoustics, they change all the time.
All the time. So there's there's a lot of different considerations when you're doing that kind of, doing that live versus studio. I think I have a little bit more fun in studio for like mic placement, just because you are allowed to get creative with it.
Yeah.
And not, I mean, and you can, and you're not always looking for the appearance of it too. So like, if you need to get a guitar amp completely isolated, you can just like put it in a box and not worry about hiding it from the audience, you know? Because there is a show to it when it's live.
So these are the pros and cons, right?
I mean, I wouldn't even say cons. There's just differences in how you interact with it. And you're still getting good mics. You're still having good placement. It's still gonna sound good. It's not gonna be studio, but it's not supposed to be. You're not even just, especially for certain groups. I mean, for rock bands, you kind of capture it and throw it and make it huge in the speakers. But for a lot of jazz and like Latin and salsa kind of stuff, you're not rebuilding the sound in the speakers. You are supporting what is coming from the stage. So I don't necessarily need that full range. Like sometimes the room is very bassy, so there doesn't end up being much electric bass coming through the mains. Because so much of it is coming through. And if I'm working with subs, a lot of the time I don't send the bass to the sub at all, because the amp just provides enough sub on its own. That if I send it from up there, it'd just be too much up there, assuming the subs are flown down there. Down there definitely helps you like that pump.
Beautiful. So I'm assuming that in your work flow, there's some kind of, you organize your mind in a certain way. That you have to go from point A to B like a step by step, you know, and just connect everything, send the signal to the mixer, and you just take it from. So you've got your own memorized, right, a habit of doing things.
I mean, I'm not so organized in that way where it's like this. Okay. I definitely have like a typical order I will do things, but it's more like doing things in chunks. Like, okay, all of this needs to get done before this can happen. Like, as far as getting sounds and everything. I getting the mics placed and the cables run, and patched into the board, and getting their channel set up.
And when she's very trying a little, can I have a dry voice in my monitor? Shelly dress. Look, I feel I have to push myself beyond normal to get to the point I want to be with the voice. More volume? Yeah. She may be weary. Women do get weary, wearing the same shabby dress, awfully different without you. Don't get around much One, two, three, four. Pa fi pa fa sa ri. Bam li bam bo ba bo. Yeah, beautiful. Love it.
I usually like to get the board first, get my channels prepped, get my input list in a decent place, usually leaving some room for things to change, because things almost always change. And then I will get the stage set up, which will often be where I'm doing my mic selection, and getting them and stand selection, because different height stands are very useful. And patching all that in. Most places you're patching into snakes, so then you have to patch the snakes into the inputs, whether it be a splitter or a preamp box or whatever. And then I mean, if you have time, it's good to do just a quick line check, just a tap, make sure all that's there. I like to keep my gains down first, and then if I have time, I most like to just like go through each channel one by one. Okay, play the kick. I usually start at kick. Seems obvious. I've heard of guys starting at vocals too, which makes a lot of sense. But kick has always felt like a good place to start for me. But mostly I'll just take whatever and just kind of like get the fader up and listen to yourself add gain to it. we try to run at Unity for basically everything. So gain it up and do any like quick little dialing in. I try to have my channels pretty prepped, like with some like EQ ready to go, compressor ready to go. And then I'll do some light tweaking of it as it comes in, get it to a spot where I'm comfortable, move on to the next, and go through each channel and then just play together. I don't always do that for jazz. Jazz, I'm usually able to just feel like, yeah, you guys can just get started, and I'll get my things as I need them. I mean, partially because, like I said, I'm just adding less, you know? Yeah. So it's easier to do that with the full context, you know?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you noticed, but there's so much going on Seph's face. Like he's got his own, process what he has to go through.
I'm just walking through it in my head.
Like, so this is fascinating because you appreciate more and more, what he has to go through and how much it's in stake, and he takes it very seriously. So this is the moment what we actually can introduce some musicians coming into your life. Okay, we're gonna stop here. Next time, we are gonna introduce that relationship between musicians and the music engineer. We're gonna point out 3 different things, what to avoid in that relationship, and also how to help the music engineer with his flow to achieve the results you desire. Until then, my name is Piotr Kowalczyk. I will see you next time.